Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the bonus review that I said I was going to be doing at the end of the Star Trek Marathon, and this is it. For today, I'm going to be talking about Galaxy Quest, released on Christmas Day of 1999. Um, this was directed by Dean Parasot, who I never really heard about before this film, but this film was a honest surprise for me. Um, Like, I thought this was just gonna be a generic parody that wasn't gonna be that good. But no, they actually have their own ideas, and it's a very good, sci-fi story. I'm trying to get a good angle of it without, a whole bunch of glare on it. So yeah, this was made on a budget of $45 million. Domestically made over 71 million, and worldwide it made over 90 million. So this was a moderate success. Um, So yeah. So let's get on to that plot. I should say. Actually, might as well mention. We did lose Alan Rickman in 2016. So uh, rest in peace, our beloved Alan Rickman, which I will be talking about more at some point. Actually, probably around Christmas. I'm gonna be talking about the classic Die Hard, which also has Alan Rickman in it, um, which I do want to plan on upgrading at some point to the 4K, but that will happen at some point. And I do plan on getting the sequels, um, up to 3, because 4 I don't care about really, 5 I really don't care about. So yeah, I will be talking about this around Christmas, and Alan Rickman is also in this as well. So yeah, I just really wanted to mention that. And so yeah, let's get on to that plot, shall we? So the plot for this movie is the stars of a 1970s sci-fi show, news scraping on a living through reruns and sci-fi conventions, are beamed aboard an alien spacecraft that looks like their old ship. Believing the cast's heroic on-screen dramas are historical documents of real-life adventures, the bond of aliens the band of aliens turn to to allying celebrities to help them in their quest to overcome the oppression Reman the Regan Regum Regan I don't know in their solar system. Um so yeah, like I said, this is basically just a parody of Star Trek. And it's literally just about a cast of a popular sci-fi show having their show basically come true. But obviously they're much older and have forgotten some of the old cliches of a sci-fi show. Um, so um, this is probably the best parody of of any kind of like pop culture thing that I've seen. Cause like they know not to. I knew like the filmmakers know not to milk it. They just want to have a fun time, so they just have fun with it basically. It's basically Star Trek with a twist. Um. So yeah. Um. So let's talk about the cast. So we have Tim Allen as Jason Nesmith, who's basically the Captain Kirk of this film, and um, he plays basically like the hotshot captain, who's like the main star, who everyone looks up to, who is always late for conventions because honestly, I honestly don't know a reason why. Um, we um we have the fantastic Sigourney Weaver as Gwen DeMarco, um, who is basically like the communications officer. Um, if you guys are if you guys are film and sci-fi fans, you guys may know, um, Sigourney Weaver from uh, from the Alien franchise, which I know I kind of cut off a bit because honestly I haven't seen any of these, so I need a little bit more time to actually go through all of them. But I will get to these. Do promise that. Um, she is very very good in the role. Um, and I think she actually has one. She almost had one of the few swear words in this film, which I'll get to that later. We have Sam Rockwell as Guy Fleegman, which I don't really remember him from much, besides Galaxy Quest, but um, he was pretty good in this. We also have Tony Shalhoub as Fred Kwan, who is basically supposed to be kind of like, well, not the navigations officer, but he's kind of like the Sulu kind of per se of this film. Um, I really only remember him in a certain film that is very near and dear to my heart, and I think you guys probably know that I gush about this film a lot. If I can, oh, he's itching. I he played Luigi in my favorite animated movie of all time, Cars. Which will I be getting into this? Yes, I will, at some point. Um, oh, that's not good. Oh, yeah, that's why. But yeah, I remember him, like I said, as more as Luigi from Cars. But I didn't realize that he was actually before uh before Cars. He was more of a serious actor. Um, Even though he does kind of play kind of like a stoner type character in this film. Um, and like I said, he played like the Asian guy on the show, even though he's not Asian. Um, we have Encro Enrico Conlatona. I'm very sorry if I butchered that. Who plays Mafazar, who's basically the alien that comes up to Jason, who and tells him like, "Hey, uh, our planet's kind of under attack. Do you mind, helping us?" Oh, we have Justin Long as Brandon, who I actually, before this film, I knew Justin Long from one film and one film only, and this is gonna be really embarrassing to admit to you guys, but I remember him from a little Disney movie called Herbie Fully Loaded. I'm, actually, I'm not ashamed to admit that I love this movie. Um, with Lindsay Lohan. Um, yeah, he basically plays the girlfriend. He plays Justin Long plays the girlfriend. Justin Long plays the boyfriend. Or the love interest for Lindsay. In this film. Um, and then we have Robin Sachs. Robin Sachs as Saris, who unfortunately did pass away. Um, Around, I think. Actually, I gotta look that up. So I just looked it up. Yeah. Robin Sachs, unfortunately did pass away in 2013. From what I don't really know exactly actually. Um, Sorry about the hair. Um, but he plays the villain, Saris, and um, I think the makeup on him is fantastic. They basically put like a mouth guard on the suit so that when the actor was in there, whenever he talked, it would move the mouthpiece because of the costume that was on. Like if he just like put the suit on, it would be very hard to like talk like this, just like with a regular like human mouth. So they had to build like a little animatronic mouth so that every time the actor would talk, it would talk through like he would it would translate onto the puppet, and then he would have like servos in the back of the costume to um, for the wings to kind of activate. Um, and um, uh, but like I think the makeup and costume are fantastic. Um, but the how should I say like the plan, like kind of like how I did with kind of like how I stated in the 2009 Star Trek review about Nero's plan. Cyrus's plan is very kind of just generic. Um, but I mean, it doesn't really, like I said with Nero, it doesn't really hurt the performance such. It's just um, it was just more or less like um, it's just more or less like it's just a generic plot, but it doesn't affect anything about the film. And finally we have Missy Ply as Lorelei, who becomes the love interest for Fred. Um, and that's pretty much it. Um, I'm surprised that phone. Um, this is kind of like if you guys ever heard of Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, which is the first animated Batman movie from 1993. This kind of had a similar thing to that where I just moved my laptop. Um, there goes my charger. This both this film and Batman: Mask of the Phantasm were released on Christmas Day, which is very surprising. Um, even though Batman: Mask of the Phantasm was basically a flop, um, when it came out, this one was a moderate success, and yet both have basically found cult statuses as the years went on. Um, Especially with Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, because only recently it did get a Blu-ray release. But this Galaxy Quest has been a more and more people considered have liked the movie over the years, and it's eventually gotten to the point where people are actually claiming this to be a Star Trek movie. And in like official rankings, like not official, but like in some rankings that people do, they actually put Galaxy Quest on there. And one time, I forgot when this was, they, I might have been around the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. Um, but some like CBS or like Paramount had a poll basically saying saying, um, saying like asking the fans to rank the Star Trek movies. Galaxy Quest placed number 7 in 14 Star Trek movies. Galaxy Quest placed 7th, which is very surprising. Um, um, it's just like that shows you that like this film has garnered so much love that people are literally considering this to be a Star Trek movie. Um, which shows you how many people actually like this movie. Um, so yeah, I mean, wow, I'm only 15 minutes into this video. I'm already running out of things to talk about. Um, might as well talk about the edition. So, like I said, on Thursday when I did the unboxing video for this, so there was a I'm starting to forget the date. Somewhere around like I think 2012. Actually, hold up. Let me look this up. All right, guys, I'm back. So, like the first edition of Galaxy Quest on Blu-ray that came out was like in 2009 to like somewhere like pretty early, but when Blu-rays actually started becoming like really good and not just standard old like really kind of crap Blu-rays, kind of like that Die Hard one I just showed you. Um, that was released in like 2006 ish, when like Blu-rays like just first came out. Um, but then over the years, that Blu-ray got re-released a number of times before um, the 2019 edition, which is does it use the same disc? Uh, apparently not. So this uses a apparently there's a a different edition in 2017 that they used the disc for this version. Um, but um, but yeah. So basically, they constantly have been the same over the years. Um, but they just had like a slightly different covers. And like I said earlier, I think this is a better cover than the original Blu-ray release, which actually I'll pull that up right now. Um, mm, so there, you can't really see it. Um, but yeah, that's the original cover for the first edition of the Blu-ray, and then you have this. So which one do you think is better, this or this? I think this one is personally my favorite, but personal opinions. Um, um, so yeah, might as well talk about, well, actually, no, my favorite scenes. I forgot to mention that. Favorite scenes? Um, uh, I mean, honestly, like, I could say that this whole movie is my favorite scene, but I don't want to go that far. Like, if I had to pick my personal favorite scene, I think I think it would be the review of the real ship, like from the TV show. Actually, it says it back. I think it says back the NSEA protector. So when they see like the real ship protector for the first time, I think that's my favorite scene out of the whole movie because you can hear the voices like, oh my god, okay, this is actually real. Um, and I really want to talk about the special effects because thankfully for this film, they got ILM to do the visual effects for this film, and they are fantastic. Like, when your movie is good on special effects, when the people watching it think that it's um when people think that it's just CGI for all the ships. But no, they are actual physical models. Except for like a couple shots where the shots are a little bit kind of um a little bit too complex for models, so CG steps in. But yeah, for most of the ship shots, besides obviously the background and like maybe the missiles and stuff and the explosions, all of the ship scenes, all the ship shots are physical models. And I'm like, okay, by 1999, ILM is still using physical models. That shows you that this film has some serious credibility to it. Because a year before this film came out, Blue Sky Studios was working on Star Trek Insurrection. And um, that CGI looks like Play-Doh. Or like, it's like a weird kind of plastic where it like you can see like I said in the review, it looks like someone like takes a flashlight and shines it on it. But it doesn't like have a reflection. It's just flat. But this film, since they have ILM, they do a superb job, and I appreciate that. And I really enjoy that, seeing practical models being used. I think this is actually one of the last films to actually use not CGI, what to use practical models in film, because I believe after this we just everyone just started using CGI for ships, and it's really unfortunate that no one really uses practical models anymore, except for more like ambitious directors or like up and coming directors. Um, but yeah. Um, so I'm gonna go talk about the fun fact. So, did you know that this film was originally given a rating of an R from all of the foul language in the film? So yeah, there's barely any blood in this film, and this film's rated a PG. And think about if this film was rated an R, and because I think there's only a couple of swear words in this movie, um, but um, there is one scene where you could tell where Sigourney Weaver literally says the F word. When both her and Tim Allen see the chompers in like the corridor. I need to scoot up. They You can literally see her mouth go like, "Oh, that." But they later dubbed it to "Oh, screw that." But you can literally tell that she dropped an F bomb. Like she dropped a big boy F bomb. Um, but obviously they dubbed it over, and I think we only have about I think we only have like a couple swear words in this film, and um, that shows you that time has flown. Like where in 1999 you can have like a few swear words, and get away with a PG, but but today if you have like one scene of blood, you immediately get a PG-13, and that shows you that this film is really just weird, or the time is like people are just weird sometimes, and the NBA is just stupid sometimes. Um, but yeah, and then the composer for this film is David Newman, who I believe is more well known for comedy kind of films, which is perfect for this film since this is like a comedy action flick. Um, but yes, he's really kind of suited for this film. To be completely honest, he kind of works for this film. Especially my favorite part of the score is the theme, because it's very energetic and it's kind of like the Star Trek theme or like the TNG theme. I think like the motion picture theme. I think that kind of like I think Galaxy Quest is probably like on the same level of like on the same level as Star Trek the motion picture, being how operatic it is. And I personally I think it's a really enjoyable score, and I think you could still purchase it on La La Land Records. I'm not sure. I have to look it up, but actually, I can probably look it up on here. Um, but there was a remaster of the soundtrack at some point. Um, And it went for like I think $20. I'm not very sure. Um, um, let me look at this. Yes, it's still available. Uh, Here. See, my camera can focus on it. So yeah, there it is, right there. Unfortunately, well, maybe if I turn the light on. It's hard to do. Hard to turn on the light with one hand. Yeah, there you go. It's more visible. Sorry, I'm gonna have the movie out of the way. Um, yeah, there is Galaxy. Oh, and my phone just turned off. It's temporarily out of stock, but you could probably still get it at some point. Um, Come on, focus on it. Come on. There, you can see it. It's 1998. And it's probably a score that I'm going to get at some point because honestly, the score is fantastic for this film. Um, so, well, it seems like when I turn the light on, there's a lot more, uh, not as much motion smearing. Um, yeah. So this is a very enjoyable film. If you wanna, like, I get when I say like if Star Trek, 2009 or Star Trek Beyond is like a good popcorn flick. Um, like a good Star Trek popcorn flick. Um, but if you actually want a good sci-fi popcorn flick that you don't really need to care that much for anything, I say put on Galaxy Quest. It's a good comedy where you can just sit back, watch, and laugh at because it's funny in a good way. Not like a Jaws 3 or like Star Trek 5 funny where it's so bad it's good. This one is so good it's great. Um, so I'm gonna actually gonna put this at the same rating as Star Trek 2009, and that's gonna be a 7 out of 10. Um, and um, so yeah, um I'm gonna put this at a 7 out of 10 because I feel like it's on the same for me. It's at the same level as the 2009 Star Trek film. So, yeah, guys, that was my review of Galaxy Quest. Hope you guys enjoyed, and um, stay tuned for tomorrow, where I'm gonna be doing a ranking of all of the Star Trek movies, including Galaxy Quest. So I currently have them all ranked right now. Um, Except for the TNG collection, because I'm gonna be moving this around because there's 4 different movies in this, and I had to keep on moving it around to different places for the respective movies. Um, so expect that. So the schedule is going to be. Oh well, actually, I'll discuss that. Well, actually, so I hope you guys have a great time. Hope you guys have a great time and stay tuned for tomorrow, where I'm going to be talking about my rankings for all of the Star Trek movies, including Galaxy Quest. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Live long and prosper. Out.